Hello, everyone. Dana here. Now, I am coming live to you from my house. Finally moved into my house and from the hotel, which is where I was staying for 3 months, and it's so exciting. So this is the first live to you from my new house, which I'm super excited about. Now, for any of you that don't know me, I'm the creator of this group and I'm a board certified holistic health practitioner. Now, as some of you are starting to hop on here, I'd love to hear a little bit more about you and about your family. Comment below with whatever you'd like to share. Like, where do you live? How many kids do you have? What kind of work you do? What brought you to this group? Like, really anything you'd like to share and introduce yourself. I love to be able to hear all of the stories of people inside this group. One of the coolest things about my job is that I get to meet people from all over the world, and I really just love that about what I do. Now, I am Australian, but I do live in the US, but I get to work with people from all around the world. I get to work with amazing families from all over the US and watch their lives being transformed month by month as they change their diets and they heal their kids' guts. I get to know some of the greatest people that otherwise I probably would never have met. But I want to be real with you today. There are some things that really frustrate me about this industry that I work in, and forgive my rant session, but that's what I wanted to talk about with you today. Now, there are a few things that some people in my industry would rather I not share with parents like you, but today I'm going to do it anyway. The first thing I want to talk about is medication. I have no problem with medication. In some instances, it is the right and necessary thing to do. And I work with many families whose children are on medication for their symptoms. But in the ADHD world that I work in, medication is presented like it's the only option out there. And in many cases, maybe even most cases, parents aren't even told there might be other things they can do to help their children. Now, if a child is diagnosed with ADHD, what is the only solution offered? Medication. Friends, I'm here to tell you today that medication is not the only option. I have witnessed hundreds of families being completely transformed without medication. I have seen my own son move from being an aggressive, anxious, angry, overactive child to someone who is on no medication and is really just a total joy to be around. Not all the time. He is still an 11-year-old boy, but, I'll give him that credit. Medication is not the only option for you. So that's the first secret I wanted to let you in on today. You do have other options. If medication isn't working for you, or if it doesn't feel like the right thing to do for you and your family, there are other things you can do to help your child. Okay, so that's my first peeve. I have another pet peeve that goes right along with this one. Now, for some reason in this industry, there are a lot of vitamins that claim to be the be-all and end-all. Parents are told that if they will just give their child this particular supplement, then all of their ADHD symptoms will be gone. Have any of you ever heard about any particular supplement that someone said would totally remove all of your child's ADHD symptoms? If you have, just comment yes below. I think all of us have probably been there. Another parent suggesting something, or a friend, or a nurse, or a doctor, or a relative. We have all had someone say, "Have you tried this yet?" As if this will magically fix the symptoms. When I was first learning about how to heal my son's body and gut naturally, I probably spent enough money to fund a college education on supplements, probably for both of my children, to heal his symptoms. And do you know what happened? Nothing. His symptoms didn't disappear. His body wasn't healed. In fact, sometimes they actually got worse. I remember one time, and I've said this story a few times, but if you haven't heard it, someone suggested magnesium to me. They swore it would change our lives and that it would be all we would need to do. Well, the exact opposite effect happened with my son. Instead of being less hyperactive, he was more hyperactive. Instead of being less aggressive, he was more aggressive. Magnesium for him was not the be-all and end-all that everyone promised it would be. Now, I'm not against magnesium. In fact, a lot of my families and clients that I work with give it to their children and find it very helpful. And a lot of the time I do use it in my protocols when I'm looking at lab tests, but every child is so different. Just because a supplement worked for one child doesn't mean it will work well for another child. Now, when I work with families on supplementation, I don't give them all the same vitamins. I look at each child, I run tests to see what each child actually needs, and I get to the root problem first, because you've got to get there before you start suggesting supplements. It just doesn't make sense any other way. Now, why give a supplement for something your child might not be lacking in? Or why give him a vitamin he already has enough of? I wasted so much money doing things the wrong way that today I wanted to hop on here and hopefully save you guys some from doing it the wrong way too. Some people in my industry would rather you spend all your money trying various supplements, just hoping that one of them will work. Some people in my industry want you to give your child medication because it's supposedly easy, though anyone who has dealt with the side effects would argue very differently. But I don't want you wasting money and time trying things that don't work. I wanted to hop on here today because I have freed up some time in the next few weeks. And if you think your child might benefit from some of the testing that I offer that can help us determine what supplements they actually need, rather than just guessing like you've probably done before and that I did, we would love to chat with you more. And I promise on these calls, there's literally no pressure, no obligation. All we will do is discuss if we might be able to help you and get to the bottom of your child's root causes. I'm going to include a link in the comments below. If you'd like to book a free call with me, just click on that link and choose an available slot. So guys, hope you enjoyed today. These are my pet peeves about the industry, but it doesn't have to be your pet peeves, and I don't want you guys to waste money. I always say diet is the foundation of everything. If you're still pounding the body with inflammatory foods, any supplement or any medication or anything that you try will not work to the best of its ability. So first, change the diet. Then if you need to go deeper, look into functional lab testing. And if you want to explore that with me, my team, I'm going to pop the link to that call booking below. But guys, thanks so much. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.